Greetings, earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to Wisdom Drops, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. It's me, Tanya Lasagna, back with another video, layering together all the celestial sauce and nodal noodles into something digestible. And today we are discussing the Taurus eclipse. That's right, there is a Taurus eclipse today as I film. So I'm sitting here today at this like shrubbery and with these little construction flags in the background. I don't know if you can see them. And there's like these piles of soil over here. And at first I was like, I need to find a better filming spot for y'all. And then I was like, but do I? Because I feel like this is actually kind of like what we're dealing with is like this construction site right now. And I say that because this is a Taurus eclipse and the north node is with that, right? So anytime you have the north node with a lunation event, it's obviously going to constitute an eclipse, but it's going to show you that there's something coming in yet, there's something coming forward yet, there's something that is being introduced. Okay, because the north node is the growing force or the waxing force, right, of the two nodes, whereas the south node is the waning force, if you're going to associate moon phases with the nodes like that. So it's a new moon, which means it's a new beginning, but it's with, okay, that Taurus north node. So it shows us that at an earthly level, because Taurus is the earth sign, right? All three earth signs are obviously the earth signs, but Taurus is like the earth sign because it's fixed earth, okay? So because of that, there's like a very material, tangible thing that is like happening in the next 6 months, or it could have already happened, given that eclipses can happen after 6 months or even before 6 months, to the actual event itself. By the way, before we keep chatting, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet, because I put out content all the time. And you can check out Wizdom Dropz Astrology, allz's.com, for more information on my services and to get a reading with me. The link for that is down below. So anyway, though, the fact that we have the north node with the moon here is showing us that there's a growing force, there's something being introduced at this time. And because it's in Taurus, it can definitely relate to material realms. It could also relate to like the type of substances that you choose to put in your body or in your space. And Taurus is about like value assessment at the end of the day. People might not think about Taurus like that, but I very much so do. And why is that? Because Taurus is ruled by Venus, which, by the way, Venus is in the sign of Pisces, exactly conjunct Jupiter at this time, y'all. If you didn't know that, now you know. And since she's the dispositor or the ruler of this new moon eclipse in Taurus, she tells us more information about it. And like I was saying, Venus is all about value at the end of the day. It's like Venus is about like what has value and what is, yeah, you hear about her all the time, like what is pleasant and what do you enjoy. But the other side of that, like not everything is about enjoyment or pleasantry, right? The other side of that is what is worthy, what is worth it, what has value, what holds weight, like gold holds weight, right? But like, what is that Venus wise to you right now? And because she's in the sign of Pisces, it's almost like you could read this like it's a Pisces eclipse, even though you shouldn't, because it's not really a Pisces eclipse, it's a Taurus eclipse. But you kind of could at the same time, right? Because the ruling planet of Taurus is in Pisces. And if you didn't hear me say that Jupiter is like exactly conjunct her right now, reflect on that for a moment, because Jupiter is like the great amplifier, right? So anything Jupiter touches, it just grows and grows and grows like the Super Mario mushroom. So it's like it really gives this eclipse more heft, more weight, more like energy, because Pisces is like the sign of energy. Remember how I was saying Taurus is like the earth sign? I think of Pisces like the energy sign, like the sign of energy, because it's so energetic. It's not in the physical world. Pisces is very intangible. It's very almost elusive. It's very like you can't touch it, you can only feel it. It's like that kind of thing. Whereas Taurus is the exact opposite. It's like if I don't see it, if I can't feel it, if I can't hit it, it ain't real. That's like the Taurus attitude. And it could be like the earth sign attitude in general. So anyway, though, like because Venus is in Pisces, and Jupiter is literally there amplifying her, it makes this like a real mix. It makes this eclipse like a real mix. And astrologers will tell you Venus is in really good like energy and good dignity when it's in Pisces. That's entirely true. I also want to remind you that Jupiter amplifies everything it touches, and that in a low vibration, Pisces Venus could be like just getting absolutely lost in the energy of everything. It could be just getting absolutely like caught up in the vibe or even over hypersensitivity. If you find that you're overly hypersensitive right now, you're probably not alone. And there might be people around you who are also super hypersensitive because not that Venus herself is necessarily all that sensitive, but Pisces is very sensitive, and Jupiter is amplifying Venus, and she's the ruler of this eclipse. So it's kind of like if there's going to be a likelihood to be sensitive, it's like it's increased now. Do you know what I mean? Because of all those factors. And also because Neptune is there, not too far off, in that conjunction that we just spoke about, it's also like pretty important that you realize that you could have the delusional influence, you could have like beings coming at you at this time who are like of a different vibe, a different, you know, caliber or what have you of energy. So there's that possibility as well. And with Uranus being with the eclipse itself, I believe directly in between the node at 22 degrees, if memory serves, of Taurus, and also the lunation event itself at 10 degrees is Uranus, okay, in Taurus. So there could be a technological component to this. You could have your tech like going really weird and like doing things it normally doesn't at this time, simply because Uranus is at the party. You know what I mean? Simply because Uranus is like there in the middle of it. And Uranus is all about like those sorts of technological devices, and internet connections could be really screwy right now, or your phone might be doing something that's like telling you something that you didn't do or whatever, like it's making just different. You get it. I don't need to belabor the point, but that is kind of the gist of it. And there's like a v-sextile I wanted to point out to you too in this lunation, which is like a little mini blue triangle, and it's putting that Venus Jupiter thing I talked about at the apex, and it's like very sweet energy. Like there's a lot of reason to believe that like a lot of compassion is on offer right now, a lot of love, a lot of like spirit guide activity could be happening right now, you know. And I think that that's like a really good thing to tap into. If you can just spend some time with that, spend some time like just sitting with that energy, with the spirit guide energy of it all, and you know, ask for that sort of divine assistance, because Pluto is at the base of that triangle, and the other side of that base is Mercury. So Mercury and Pluto are in an affinity in a trine right now. And by the way, Mercury just freshly ingressed, that means moved into its own sign, Gemini, after being in Taurus for a minute. Okay. And so we're feeling Mercury things extra right now. And that means that thoughts and solutions, because there is like a trine to Pluto, they might be more accessible now than they were previously on that shamanic level, on the energy level, because Pluto is still in earthy Capricorn, which is kind of a fuddy-duddy place, right? For Pluto to be, because it's earthy, but it's like very magical because it's, you know, ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the ancient sort of like occult omen or what have you. But Capricorn is at the same time, it's very earthy, and you'll meet different calibers, different qualities, different types of Capricorns out there, right? Like, but the point is, like, when you have Pluto in Capricorn and it's finishing, you know, thankfully after a long stay in Capricorn, it's at 28 degrees right now. So we're almost there through, you know, Capricorn into Aquarius, when I think we're going to see a lot of societal shifts and things like that. I think that's the tornado warning, so I better get moving. But I don't think it's coming anytime real soon. Anyway, maybe that's a sign too that there could be some sort of like storm right now, because Pluto and Mercury are in that trine, but they're also like, you know, they're speaking in harmony with that Venus Jupiter at the apex. And Pluto is destruction, as much as it is like psychic intuition and insight. It is destruction, and it is this sort of sense of what is gonna go, you know, what is gonna go so that something else can happen. It's like sometimes the tornado comes through so that the new structures can be built. And if it never happened like that, then it wouldn't have ever happened. The new building wouldn't have ever happened. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it's for the greater good. Sometimes you just gotta take your losses and move forward and really put it into action, whatever that new thing that Venus Jupiter at the end of Pisces is to you. And I think more than anything, you know, we're going to read the apex of that. We're going to read the top of that triangle. And in this case, that is that Venus Jupiter conjunction. Okay. And that is saying what is sweet. Lean in towards what is sweet. And the energy there is Pisces. That's like a one word substitute for Pisces, right? Is energy. And so, what is sweet energy right now? And anytime you have the apex of a shape, the top of the triangle, you lean towards the top of the triangle. So, it's saying lean in to what is sweet energy, because that's the combination of Jupiter, Venus, and also Pisces all there together. Make sure you like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Check out wisdomdropsastrology.com and book a reading if it feels aligned with you. Thank you for all of you who support this channel with your likes, your comments, your shares. And of course, if you book a reading, thank you for that too. I'm going to boogie because I think that Pluto is coming in quick with the tornado, and I better get my butt out of here. With that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.